Hey everybody, Bob Chick back with another edition of The Voice of Bodybuilding, brought to you by Redcon One and powered by Panada. And of course, we welcome our brand new sponsor, Celsius, to the VOB. Well, folks, there it is. Just when you thought you were out, they bring me back in. What is it about Palumbo that I have to just constantly correct what he puts out there? So now the big thing is, on all this men's physique back and forth, is that I'm a liar. And Dave's even mean when he says it. I'm lying to the athletes, and damn it, he's not going to take it anymore because he cares so much about the athletes, so much that he doesn't even go to the shows. But we're going to stick with the plot here, and we're going to actually prove to everybody I am indeed not the liar. Dave, you've made a whole career out of lying, okay? Now, what I said is not a lie, okay? It's my education, if you will, to the people out there, especially the competitors, about what the actual rules are and what they're actually doing, okay? You are just assuming. Now, you think you got the ace in the hole because you reached out to a head judge, and we're going to go into that in just a moment. But first things first, okay, we got to assess what a lie is and all that, okay? Me putting my opinion out there and explaining why they're making this rule change and how it's going to impact the athletes is not a lie. A lie would be doing something like, I don't know, selling fake GH to your friends and people. That would be a lie. Or, I don't know, not having press passes to an event, getting kicked out of pretty much every event that you've ever been to because you actually didn't have press passes or permission. I've actually been there myself when I've seen you kicked out. Or, geez, Dave, you remember the old Joe Rogan scandal, don't you? You know, when you made up that whole thing and some alleged email that I sent to Joe Rogan, except when we reached out to the Joe Rogan people, they sent an email back saying they'd never heard of Dave Palumbo. So that might have been a lie, okay? What's not a lie is talking about men's physique and the rule changes that are coming. So you insist that you do know what's going on, but you really don't, okay? Because we're going to put up a graphic right here showing you how much it's actually changed. So in this picture that you're going to see, you can go ahead and pop that up right here. This is an actual 10-year difference from your first ever champ, all right, and Mark Anthony, to Brandon Hendrickson. And you can see the shorts have changed dramatically. Yes, you could hide some leg development or lack thereof 10 years ago. As you can see from the photo, the shorts they wear today are more spandex, okay? They're a little bit tighter, hugging to the legs. They want that because the athletes like to show off their leg development to go with their upper body, even though it's men's physique. So you can see that there are many, many changes. Now, Dave, you wouldn't know this because, again, you probably haven't been out, basement or otherwise, Dave. And yes, I do realize you got me on that one, buddy. No basements in Florida. So from wherever the hell you do what you do, you really don't know what's going on out there. This is something anybody that attends shows knows because it's right there in front of you. But we have actually found the actual written criteria. This is where you're going to have a problem, my friend, okay? We're going to put that up in just a moment. The written criteria, now this is from many, many years ago, but it still holds true, of what it actually means to assess a men's physique. Okay, let's put that up right now. I'll paraphrase. It's a little longer than what I'm going to say, but you can see the part right here where it says, and I quote, assessment should begin at the head and extend downwards, taking the whole physique into account. Whole, Dave, W-H-O-L-E. That would mean in its entirety. The whole physique is taken into account. Now, that's the written criteria. Every physique out there, everything is taken into account. Now, just to clarify, because you thought you were a smart guy in putting up your little exchange there with your top head judge, okay? I know your top head judge is. I actually talked to him today. All right. And that is actually not what he said, even though what you put out there. All right. And this is what you do. OK, you try to stack the deck in your favor to try to make your case. All right. But you get caught every single time because you're not as smart as you think you are. OK, what you wrote is what percentage of the physique is judged and the score or words of that effect. OK, we can actually put that graphic up if we have it. What percentage goes towards the judging and the scoring of the men's physique? There is no percentage. The answer would be none, zero. I said that in the initial video. We don't have a judging system that gives or awards a percentage of anything. Okay, so when the answer comes back and says, we don't look at legs. Well, that was very specific to what you were asking. There's no specific score that goes to leg development. As I just read the criteria, the whole body is assessed, okay? And I do have an actual quote, all right, from the same said person that we can put up right now that actually says there's a little bit more involved, isn't there? The whole physique should be assessed. We look at the physique as a whole. We look at the silhouette of the physique. If you've got thin legs, okay, if your legs don't match your upper body, it will hurt you, okay? Like any physique assessment, of course it's going to hurt you. So who's the liar out there, Dave? I'm trying to tell the people to not train legs, not downsize legs, put yourself in a position where your body's out of proportion, and you think this is cheating the system. Remember how you said that in your Fozzie Bear voice once again? Oh, these guys will be treating the system. It's a kind of cheating, with the hands flailing around like fish and stuff, right? You remember all that? Yeah, don't listen to this idiot. That's my advice to all the people out there, okay? He has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, and we just proved you wrong once again. Top judges, and you can catch any one of them. Anyone. Go out there and get a consensus, Dave, okay? Talk to 10 of them. They're all going to tell you the same thing I did. The entire physique is taken into consideration in men's physique. Everything is taken into consideration on stage. What's the actual score for the bikini that the girls wear in bikini? Well, there is no actual score. What percentage? There is no percentage, right? What's the percentage of the posing round, all right? Me and Milos always like to debate. 0, okay? There is no actual percentage. Does it make any difference? Of course it does. The whole round, the individual presentation. We actually do one of those, Dave. Again, if you'd ever come to a show, you would actually see this, okay? Is judged. You don't get a score on it per se. You don't get an actual score, okay? There's no percentage that goes into it, but you're displaying your physique. All these things come into consideration. If you're any kind of trainer, and I've talked to trainers here and there and everywhere in between, Dave, you claim to be a trainer. Do you ever tell your people, don't worry about it? That's not part of your score? Or that's not even that's no percentage of your score? Don't worry about that. They don't care about that kind of stuff. They care about everything. The second you walk on that stage, you're being assessed. You are being judged. The score you get is one score, and that's called the placement system, okay? That's what's current. I'd like to see that change. I think we could do a little bit more with it, bring it up to speed, and bring in these categories and assess values on all these things that we're talking about. But that's a debate for another day, and certainly not one that you would be a part of, okay? So, once again, and I hope this puts this to bed, all right? We have now provided the written criteria. I provided an exact quote from a head judge, okay? Very likely, Dave, the same head judge that you talked to, and says a little bit more than what you decided to put out there, doesn't it? Yes, the entire body is taken into consideration. No, you don't get an exact score on your leg development. Obviously, they've got shorts on. I actually said that in my first video too, but I'm not going to bother going back and drumming all that up. Everybody can see that for themselves. So, actual criteria, words from a head judge himself, and thousands of athletes who actually know better, Dave. So, hope this puts this to bed. Hope this puts this to rest. Hope I don't have to bring your name up for a whole long time now. And by the way, Dave, I know you're acting like you're all concerned. You're getting all riled up because, you want the truth. You guys are all about the truth in bodybuilding. And, you've worked with these athletes and you're concerned for them and all that. Give me a break. Are you kidding me? By the way, you are the last guy on this earth who should ever be giving advices to any athletes out there about how to look on stage, when the very physique that you put out there on stage looks like the guy that should have been down at the town square ringing church bells, okay? So do yourself a favor and just stick to your formulations and everything else that you do. And that's going to do it for this edition. Folks, if you got questions, okay, you want real advices coming back, you want clarification of the rules or how they're interpreted or how the judging works, please, you can contact me anytime. Appreciate all your comments in the comment section, and let's see what you guys come up with. Who's telling the truth?